power is more complicated than just the way that the rich have it and the poor don't. Sometimes the way that power works is a little bit subtler. So for example, think about why it's difficult to add apartments in housing constrained areas. Often something that'll happen is there'll be a city council meeting and the city council will vote on some new development. And the people who show up to that meeting tend to be older, they tend to be richer, and they tend to own homes. And so overwhelmingly, what you'll hear at that city council meeting is people saying, don't build it. I have a good reason for you not to build it. I own a home and I'm concerned about the construction. I'm concerned about the parking. I'm concerned about the detours. I'm concerned about the possibility that this is going to interfere with my way of life or even reduce my housing values. All valid concerns for those individuals. But who's often not represented at these meetings are the poor and the unhoused and the housing insecure and the young who don't own homes. And so in a way, you could think this is also an expression of power, not corporate power of rich companies having power over poorer consumers, but of the gentry, homeowners having power over non-homeowners. And I think having a sophisticated understanding of how power works in America requires us to have a broader sense of when minority interests are taking over from majority interests, right? The power that's exercised by a company lobbying the federal government to give them a tax cut is a great example of that company using their might to wrest a private profit out of a public system. But that is the exact same thing that happens when a group of homeowners stops a housing project from being built because it violates their private interest.